We have the power.
How many of you believe in miracles? Yes! I not only believe in miracles, I think that we have the ability to create miracles. Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, tonight I want to share a story about how my family created a little miracle. Last summer, my kids and their dad got a puppy. Let me introduce you to Fuki. She is a Shiba Inu, which is a Japanese breed. It's like a small Akita. Last summer, they took Fuki on a camping trip to Lake Tahoe. And I was driving up to meet them when I got the most devastating phone call from my 12-year-old daughter, Leah. Mom, somebody stole Fuki. What? I felt a pit growing in my stomach as Leah told me what had happened. They went to a beach at Lake Tahoe, and Leah and her dad were out on the water paddleboarding. And Adam, my 14-year-old son, he had stayed behind on the beach to play with Fuki. For whatever reason, Fuki decided to take off, to leave the beach and head to the parking lot. The parking lot was pretty far, it was about a quarter of a mile away. Adam was stunned. At first, he was trying to flag Alan and Leah down to get them back, and then he realized, oh, it's going to take them too long to get to the beach. I've got to go after her. And he ran up the path, and unfortunately couldn't catch her. When he got to the parking lot, there was no Fuki. He spoke to some ladies that were in the parking lot, and he gave them a description of her, and they said, oh my gosh, yes, we saw that little dog, but we saw somebody pick her up and put her in a car and drive away. Oh my gosh. Leah went on to tell me all of the things that they were doing, the actions that they were taking. They called the police. They had called the animal shelter. They were posting pictures on social media. They were talking to everybody that they can find. They got in touch with some local animal groups, posting flyers. No Fuki. I got off the call with Leah, and I continued my drive up there, and I just felt this deep sadness setting in. What a bummer. And then I thought, no, this is not the story that I want to tell. You see, I've been studying this thing called law of attraction. It's the idea that like attracts like, that what you focus on expands. If you have gratuity and joy, you will attract more things that make you feel gratuity and joy. If you focus on anger or sadness, you're going to attract things that will give you more of that. And I thought, gosh, if we stay in this sadness of losing our puppy, she's going to stay lost. We have to figure out a way to get into the thoughts and feelings of what it would be like to get her back. When I got to Lake Tahoe and found Alan and the kids, they were sitting at a gas station, so depressed. And they told me everything that they had done, and I said, okay, you've done everything that we can think of. Now, we've got to brainstorm ways to get her back. What would it feel like to get her back? And I was kind of waiting for the eye roll. They tend to give me some eye rolls on some of my ideas. But they were desperate. They were willing to try anything. We went to dinner and sat in a round table, and we started making up stories. Crazy ways that she could come back to us, and what would that feel like? We left and went back to the beach where she was lost, got out our flashlights, walked down the path calling her, Fuki, Fuki, and thinking and feeling what it would be like if she just jumped out of the bushes. Oh, there you are! How fabulous that would be. She wasn't at the beach. We got back into our cars and headed towards their campsite. It was about 10:30 at night. And I was following Alan when suddenly the brake lights went on his truck and he pulled off to the side of the road. And I followed. I waited a minute. And then my son, Adam, jumped out of the truck and came to my window and he said, Mom, the people who have Fuki just called us. And I said, really? And sure enough, they had decided to call and they had her about 2 hours away from that beach. But Alan and Adam, they drove through the night and they got her back. And I remember when I got to see her the next time. Fuki, there you are! Oh, just imagine that feeling. I wonder if we had not sat at that dinner table, would they have called, if we hadn't brainstormed these ways, if we just stayed in our sadness, would they have called? Only God knows. My challenge to you is to look for something in your life that where maybe you're focused on what you don't want. What if you could switch your focus to what you do want and really feel what it would be to get what you want? I believe that we have the power to create miracles in our lives.